Welcome to WReX'em. Just got my first mod installed here. I'm about to go pick it up. Couldn't do it myself, or I probably messed something up on it. Not necessarily performance mod, but I did find somebody to install a remote car starter for my car. As I mentioned before, winter has come here to Western New York.
Well, got this car on the nick of freaking time because we got feet of snow pounding down here. So lots of fun out here in the snow though.
A lot of the forums were mentioning that with the standard car, it would be harder to get a remote car start on there, but there's multiple places here in Western New York that do that. Obviously, with our weather, I'm not surprised about that. There are some different steps you need to take in order to get the car set up to have it start for you. It's called reservation mode. I'll walk you guys through some of that stuff. It seems to be pretty easy, and I think I've been doing pretty much most of it when I've been turning the car off anyway. So there's just one extra step that'll be a little bit different. Wasn't cheap, unfortunately. With the standard vehicle, there's some extra cost. With a push button start, there's some extra cost. I also decided to use the drone mobile, so it's an extra module that gets added on so that you can really start your car anywhere in the world with a cell phone. So I'm going to go pick it up here in a little bit. We'll finish up this video. I will go over the details and show you how it works, and I'll link the place that did it here for me in Western New York. So if you guys want to do it, you can contact these guys. I went to a bunch of different places. They were by far the best price and closest to me. Everybody's gonna be a little bit different on what they want to do, but I think once everything is said and done, these guys are going to be in a pretty good spot for me. So I'll finish this up in a little while, and I'll give you a demo on how it goes. A couple days later, I have the car running, sitting out here getting nice and warm for me right now. I've been starting it pretty much with the drone mobile app. It's nice because really you can start it from anywhere in the world. I was sitting inside with my kids at wrestling practice inside of a brick school building, and it started right up, which is pretty awesome. It gives you 15 minutes of runtime to warm the car up, so it will, if you leave your heat on and your heated seats on before you get out of the car, nice and warm and toasty when you get in there, which is awesome. It's kind of windy out here today, so if the volume's not great, I apologize about that, but we're getting like 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts here, which is kind of crazy. But so far, everything's working well. I did run into one hiccup, which I'll go over with you guys. Kind of caught me off guard. The guys at the shop kind of mentioned this to me, and I didn't really understand what they were talking about. So found out the hard way after trying to start it a couple times, and it wouldn't work. But it's running now. All ready to go. So same way you get into it before, you just walk up with your fob in your pocket. It'll beep. Ooh, nice and warm in here. So one of the things that I was having issues with and I was kind of scared about, and they gave me a heads up about, was that when you get into the car with your key fob, you can't come right in here, jump off the bat, and put your foot on the brake. Because if you do, the car will stop. And it'll turn the car off. So you need to let the car recognize your key fob and that the key fob is the one that's taking over the system, or else it'll just stop. Which is not the end of the world, because you can just push the button and start it again. The problem actually comes when you are trying to put the car in reservation mode again. So if you go through that process and you stop the car before it recognizes the key, it won't let you put it back into reservation mode right away. So you actually have to, I don't know, I went through a couple different times of starting it and stopping it without being able to put it into reservation mode, and then again it would let me. So just keep that in mind if you run into any trouble with this Compustar system or with the drone mobile module. That's probably what's going on, but I've learned my lesson there, and it's been bulletproof ever since. So the way that you get this car into what they call reservation mode. So let's say we'll just move a little bit here. I'll back into my parking spot again. I will put my foot on the brake. I put the car into neutral. I pull the parking brake, and then I let my foot off the brake. Listen. Yeah, you really probably can't hear it, but there's a little click under the dashboard that's going to happen. Once you hear that click, you know that the car is in reservation mode. Now, normally you would just get out after pushing the stop button and arm your alarm itself, but this is what we're going to do. We're just going to get out of the car while it's running, close the door, and the car shuts down. So it's going to give you a chime. It's going to be about 3 seconds. It's going to shut the car down, and then it's going to arm the lock. So one of the big parts here is trying to figure out, or trying to get used to, not turning your car off when you get out of the car. It took me a couple seconds, a couple times to try to get used to that, but really everything that I was doing anyway when I was stopping the car is the same thing you're going to do to get yourself into reservation mode. And honestly, I've tried a couple times just getting out of the car and turning it off, but because I do that sequence, it puts the car in reservation mode anyway, and it won't turn the car off for you. So that's another thing. If you're trying to get out of your car and you're pushing the stop button and it's not stopping the car, it's probably because it's putting it in a reservation mode, and it's nothing to really be too concerned about. So now that I have it in reservation mode, I did decide I don't really love all this. I don't like two fobs. I mean, it's not a ton of stuff, but I'm not a person that really loves to have all this in this pocket. So what I decided to do is the Subaru system, the key fob, can be programmed with this Compustar system. It's basically called lock, lock, lock. So you're going to push the lock button 3 times, and it's going to start the car for you. So you don't have to carry this extra Compustar fob. I haven't taken it off my keychain yet. I probably will, because I don't really love that idea. But it's super easy. So I'll demonstrate that for you guys. So after the third one, it's going to give you that chime, and it's going to start your car. So I like that a lot because, like I said, I wasn't looking to carry around 2 key fobs or an extra key fob or one that's not the Subaru key fob. You know, I like the look of it, and I like it to be as, look as stock as possible. So I like that about it. This thing has been working really great. I would recommend this Compustar system to anybody. The guys that put it in for me here in Niagara Falls are really great. The price was $100 better than the next closest competitor. The shop is pretty cool. They got a bunch of things. They're not just doing, remote starts. They do audio equipment. They got rims and other packages that you can put on the car. So I might end up, dealing with them again if I upgrade this audio system. I have the upgraded Harman Kardon system in this thing, but really it could use a little more thump to it. So at some point I'll probably end up updating the audio system. It's just not really all that fun at this point. I've been doing some driving in a couple different weathers. So today, like I said, the weather out here is super windy. Ended up ripping up and down the road at 80 miles an hour, where normally another car would probably be off the road. This thing is awesome, so I haven't had any concerns with that. Tires here, they're all seasoned, so they've been doing a pretty good job in the winter, and I'm going to link a couple videos that I took on my way home from the in-laws one night, which was just crazy. You couldn't barely see anything in front of you, which is kind of crazy. I have a couple other upgrades that I'm going to be working on here, so I have a couple of their videos that I'll be posting here in the next couple weeks that I'm working on. Just a couple things that I think are going to make the car look better and maybe perform a little better. So That being said, the Compustar system's awesome. If you live anywhere in the northern hemisphere here and you get snow, it gets cold, I recommend this thing wholeheartedly. Hasn't done anything to, mess with the electrical system or mess with the, the fuel efficiency or anything like that. They did also advise me that they have a lifetime warranty on the parts and service. They will take it out of this car and put it into another car for me for free if I end up selling this car. I'm not planning on doing it anytime soon, but that's always nice to know. So yeah, great place. I'm going to link their website down in this video too, so that if you want to give them a heads up and see what they got. Definitely always a good time to deal with people that you know and can trust. So that'll be for now. Thanks for following along so far. I do have a couple more videos that will be coming along here in the next couple weeks, and hopefully we'll get into some winter driving here and I get some fun videos out there. So thanks a lot and have a nice day.